name is David Carroll. I am the Interim Director for the Department of Cranston Senior Services. Welcome to another episode of 55 Plus No Limits. In this episode, we are going to see some of our pool players play pool. In fact, we have a tournament that took place, and it was really exciting. I believe Cranston won. Then we're also going to see a segment where we're going to be featuring our second opera night that was a great success. Eventually, in the fall, we're going to be having maybe one, if not two more presentations of opera. And if you haven't come to one of them, you've got to come to the next two that we're going to have in the fall. And also, we are adding a new segment to our video series. And the segment is called The Story, That Story. And basically what it is that we're going to be interviewing our members, our participants, and we're going to be exploring who they are. What did they do before coming here? What were they like when they were children? Where did they come from if they weren't born in the U.S.? Or if they were born in the U.S., from where are they? What state? What city? What town? I'm sure you folks are going to love that. We have a very notable volunteer within senior services here in the city of Cranston, Ann Tansey. Ann Tansey has been in the program for about 8-9 years now. She works within or volunteers within RSVP. And as you folks already know from previous episodes, RSVP stands for Retired Senior Volunteer Program, which is a program of the Corporation for National and Community Service within Senior Corps. So we have volunteers who are 55 years of age and older, and Ann helps with a program within RSVP that is called the Smile Doll Program. And Ann is also a mother of 2 great, phenomenal children, one being Dr. Rudy Tansey, and then also Ann, your daughter Ann, is a school teacher, which is a phenomenal profession. And you also have Dr. Tansey, who just recently made one of the most influential people that Time Magazine records on their issue, right? One of the 100 most important people in the world. But you want to find out, how did someone like Ann and Dr. Tansey got to be where they are through the labor and work of great women, in this case, Mama Tansey. So tell me about you.
Well, I was born 13 years after 2 brothers, so I was like the little queen in the family. And I went to Cranston High School, which is now Cranston East, graduated there. And from there I went to Rhode Island Hospital, and I did their 3-year course in teaching medical terminology, medical transcription, medical secretarial work. I stayed there until I got married. I had the twins, Ann and Rudy, and then I stayed home for about 5 years. And then I got very itchy. I couldn't just sit around. So when my twins went to kindergarten, I decided to start a business. And I started Professional Dictating Service of New England. However, we had a little glitch at the beginning because it was very confidential work. The hospital didn't want me to take any records out of a patient. So I went to Hartford, Connecticut, which is the center of insurance, to get a confidentiality insurance. They never heard of it. Well, I wouldn't stop at that. I called Lloyd's of London, and that's where I got my contract for confidentiality, and then I started my business.
What year is this?
1965.
Wow.
I started my business. Right.
And how many businesses of that kind were
I was
present
the
there?
first. I was the first one to open up that type of business.
I can see how you were pioneering.
At the end of a year, I already had 20 ladies working for me. I had a school that I was teaching medical terminology, and I acquired all the hospitals in Rhode Island. And from there, I went to Massachusetts, Connecticut, as far as Smithtown, New York. My daughter Ann taught in the school I had. She taught all the medical terminology, and she would always say, you know, I like working with children. So I said, well, you know what, you go back to school and you go work with children. And that's what she decided to go into special ed teaching.
Very good.
By the same token, in the summer, they both used to come and work at the business. And that's how Rudy got interested in medicine. Because he would be in the office, he would file and photocopy and read the patient records, and that's how he got interested. He was going to become an eye surgeon. And he came home one summer from University of Rochester, and I had to break the news that his grandmother, on my husband's side, was a Scalabrini Villa. And she was starting with dementia. So Rudy said, take me right there, I want to see her. So I picked up Ann, we went to see my mother-in-law. He walked in, and my mother-in-law called him her husband. Emilio, what are you doing here? And, you know, my daughter and my son just looked at one another, and I said, that's dementia. On the way home from there, my son said, I am not going into eye surgery. I'm going to become an Alzheimer researcher. And that's how it all started with Rudy going into research of Alzheimer's disease. He found the first gene in 1981.
That's remarkable.
That's
Now, what I want to know is, how did you meet your husband? How did that happen? I mean, what year was that?
I was working at the hospital teaching, and I was going out with a Dr. DeWitt. Dr. DeWitt was a surgeon, 2 years older than me. And every time he did surgery, he'd call me and say, Ann, I can't go out tonight. And this went on and on and on. So the Ames brothers were coming to Rhodes on the Patuxent, and I said, Bill, don't call me Saturday and say you are not coming because I want to see the Ames brothers. Well, sure enough, 5 o'clock a.m., you know, the abdominal perineal resection I did, she's very bad, I can't go. I said, bring me the tickets, I'm going with my girlfriend. We went, and it was right after my birthday. My father had bought me a needlepoint off-white coat with the velvet tuxedo front. And I was standing there at Rhodes, and this gentleman came over and said, gee, that coat looks gorgeous on you. The black matches your hair, and he's going on, and then asked me to dance. I married him 3 years later. It was too bad that he couldn't see his children go on. My aunt has 2 beautiful sons, Gregory and Justin. They're both professional men. They graduated Providence College. My son, at the age of 49, decided to have a child, so he has a daughter, 8 years old, little Lila, who's my little princess, since I have just grandsons. And now, one of my grandsons has a little boy named Alexander, and he's a year old. And we all love him too. Justin, my son Justin, is his godfather, and Justin is now living in California for a while. Can't wait for him to come back here with us. And he's godfather to Alexander.
Now, you say, too bad that he couldn't see his children grow up. What happened?
He loved to golf. And we belonged to the Alpine Country Club. And they had a guest tournament at Monomoyset Country Club that day. And he left in the morning. He said, Ann, read the newspaper. You're going to see how I'm going to golf today. Never came back. He died on the golf course. And my twins were just turning 17 years old. So I've been a widow at a very young age, but we saw it through. And
How old were you?
I was just turning 40.
Now, at this point, you already had your business, right?
I had the business.
Was your husband already working for you?
Oh, yes.
Or did you still have a bakery?
Yes. Yeah. He came to work with me within a year that I opened the business. Oh, yeah.
So you're 40 years old, a very enterprising entrepreneur, at the forefront of medical transcribing, with 2 teenage children, a boy and a girl. How did you collect yourself and kept the business going? You had this big business, the 2 kids. How did you do that?
At that point, the business was flourishing, and I was very comfortable. And what I did the day after my husband's funeral, I said, I'm not going to sit back. I'm going to get up and do what I have to do, take care of my children, take care of the business. And I worked right back in the office. And the last gift that my husband gave me was a pink Cadillac. We did business with Chris Cadillac, and I had a green Eldorado. So I went in to have it serviced, and I saw this pink Cadillac with a cabriolet top. I said, oh, Rudy, look at that. And he said, no, you have a brand new Cadillac, you're not getting that. Now, this had to be in October. My birthday's in November. And it was in the morning, and we were having breakfast, and I heard a horn toot. And I went to the window, and there was the pink Cadillac for my birthday.
I would love to see a photo of you in that Cadillac. What did you love most about that car?
It was a mauve pink. It wasn't a bright pink, it was a mauve, and that seemed, the purples, lavenders, mauve are my favorite color. And I never thought I'd see a car that color, and there it was.
Wow.
And he bought it for me.
Now, what advice would you give to women today?
First of all, if you're interested in a certain field and you feel as though, oh, I'll never make it there, don't give up. I never gave up because that was the first business, the medical transcription. And you just don't give up. I wouldn't. Like I said, I went to Harvard to try to get the insurance. Couldn't get it, so I called Lloyd's of London. You just do not give up.
When you
Follow
say,
your dream and do it.
so you actually called England the country.
I sure did.
They weren't like in Europe or
No,
the US.
no.
You
I
had to
had
go
to call
international.
England. Yes.
Well, how about that? So
Yes,
see,
sir.
you just don't give up. You find the answer. You pick up the phone and call England. Yeah.
That's my advice to anybody. You want to follow that road, follow it. Do not give up. There's always a way of getting your success.
So your children. Tell me about Anne.
Anne, she's my savior, really. She's been there for me through thick and thin, through illness, through anything. I don't know what I would have done without Anne. Because Rudy, once he graduated from Rochester, he went to Harvard Medical School. He decided to stay in Boston, and he was not here. But Anne was always there for me, and she still is. She's not only my daughter, she's my friend, she's my savior. I love her.
Beautiful. Now tell me about Rudy.
Rudy, he's been an adventurous all his life. I remember one time, right after he graduated high school, the father had promised him if he got all A's, he could take a trip to Europe. Well, guess what? He got all A's. But Rudy died right after they graduated. They graduated in June, he died in August. So I fulfilled his dream anyway. I offered the same thing to Anne. Anne decided she wanted a car, so I got her a car. But Rudy went to Europe, and he sent me a picture climbing the Alps with sneakers. And he got to the top, okay, with sneakers, mind you, right to the top. So he's always been an adventurous person. I have a couple of grandsons like that too, especially Justin.
Okay.
He's done bungee jumping.
Yeah.
He's done many, many things.
Now Justin is getting engaged tomorrow, is it?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, he's actually visiting. You can't see him, but he's around. Like over there in the corner.
Okay, so 6.
What do you have? You want?
No, I have one.
Oh, wow. You had it covered. You can't cover
No,
it.
no, I didn't, because I got up. I didn't see it.
There you go.
And it's most beautiful lady. We have a good time. I enjoy coming. I enjoy being with her.
Ann and I go way back from junior high school, and that's when we became friendly. And even though I lived quite a few miles from Ann, I was way up on the western part of Cranston. Ann, of course, was toward the city. And but we did become friends, and I spent quite a bit of time at her home. Had nice parents, nice brothers, and she played the piano for me, and I enjoyed it. And sometimes we would do our homework together. That was only at the beginning when we were in junior high school, and we were probably had the same course at the time. However, we drifted a little bit apart because Ann had to take the college course while I took the business course. And so actually we didn't see each other that much. And then I married very young, right after the high school, no, a year after high school. And of course Ann went through college and then went to do her business. And I had my first child before Ann had hers, and the second child I had, Ann was having her twins. So her twins and my middle boy are very close in age. I think just 2 months apart. And then of course, as years went by, my husband belonged to the Knights of Columbus, and he became very friendly with Ann's husband. And but like I said, we weren't as friendly after we got married. Not that we weren't friendly, we would call on the phone once in a while, see how each other was doing. And then I came to the senior center, and who do I see here but Ann, Ann McCarry Tansy. And I've been with her, what, over a year, Ann? Yep, in the volunteer program, and I enjoy working there. It took me a little while to adjust, and but we're back together as friends.
After all these years.
After all these years, we met back at the senior center.
Playing dominoes with her.
I enjoy playing dominoes with Ann, except she keeps her own scores and keeps checking to make sure I'm right.
Some days you have lunch with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a very nice person, very helpful and bossy.
She is that. That's right.
Well, Ann, thank you very much for the story. Give me 5. Folks,
You're welcome.
that's the story. If you were wondering, who's Justin? There he is.
I decided to come out of hiding, and I just want to say thank you to the Cranston Senior Center and for my amazing men for letting me be a part of this, because I think it's so beautiful that they have situations and processes in place to be able to bring to light the stories of the amazing people that fill these halls every single day. And Nin, you're an amazing inspiration to me, clearly one of the strongest and most amazing people in the world. I got to learn a little bit about my Nin through this video. I hope you all had an opportunity to do it as well. And thank you for letting me be a part of it.
And my Justin is visiting from California. He's going to be there for a couple of years, and I miss him very much.
I'll be back very soon and visiting a lot more often, so it'll be great.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Can you tell
How
me
you doing?
what's going on here today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Go get it.
Okay, okay. Jerry's up. You're up?
I'm up right now.
Okay, good, good. Let's Gary, please. Good shot, Jerry. What's your name?
John Robinson,
Where you
East
from?
Providence.
Are you enjoying yourself here today in Cranston?
I enjoy myself every time I come here.
Welcome, folks, to our great city of Cranston, one of the top places to live in America. And you know what makes us so great? It's all the people that we have, particularly those that cross our doors in our wonderful Cranston Senior Enrichment Center. And here, all of our seniors and our Senior Center Acting Director, David Chiora, is partaking in the Running Man Challenge. So hit it, David.
Crafts that are made here, handmade, little tennis court.
I've been watching.
How's everyone? I hope you folks enjoyed this episode of 55 Plus No Limits. And here we are. This is a lovely summer day. Let's go around the corner. I want to show you our new umbrella that we have. And why are you guys following me? All right, because I told you to follow me. We did our gardening, which is phenomenal. We have great plants, and it smells terrific. We have lovely flowers too. So here we are, little patio here, and as you can see, we have this lovely bench, and we just recently acquired this lovely umbrella for your protection from the sun, but at the same time you can still feel the breeze. And I hope everyone's has by now the new newsletter for our summer issue, and we have exciting stuff in the newsletter, starting with the Mayor's Picnic, which is going to be Friday, August 22nd. It's going to be at Brainton Park between 11 and 1:30. Don't forget to call our main number at 401-780-6000 and ask for the Nutrition Division and make your reservation. We really hope to see you there. And don't forget, Senior Games coming up. Read about it in the newsletter. Thanks again.